This is Tyler Spanier, and welcome to Journalism 101 Week in Review. This show is where we're just going to kind of talk about what happened this week in politics and kind of what happened in sports and entertainment as well. Just kind of tell you what happened in the world today, or this week. Our first headline comes out of Las Vegas, where the international airline JetBlue is currently dealing with a new scandal that has kind of shaken the foundations of that company. Clayton Osborne, who's a longtime pilot and friend of the CEO of JetBlue, had to be restrained and removed from the plane following what is being called a mental breakdown. Now, the plane was en route to Las Vegas, and passengers were able to restrain Osborne and keep him at bay until they landed. But the reason he even had to be restrained was that the co-pilot of the plane, locked Osman out of the cockpit after describing his behavior as deranged and unsafe for the cockpit. JetBlue has made a few statements, but since there were no major injuries, there really wasn't that big of a issue as far as that's concerned. The country was in a frenzy this week as the famous lottery game Mega Millions had its jackpot reach over $640 million. I don't know about you, but that's a lot of money to me. It's the largest recorded lottery jackpot in world history. 3 separate tickets in Kansas, Illinois, and Maryland have been recorded as matching the 6 numbers drawn late Friday evening. But none of them have come forward to claim their prize. Don't know about you, but I would probably come forward as soon as that was called, considering I was watching with my 2 lottery tickets that I got to rip up. Speaking of ripping up, March Madness is coming to an end, and I don't know about you, but my bracket was shot coming into this weekend. The only thing I had left were my Cats, who thankfully made the Final Four and eventually defeated Louisville in the first Final Four matchup last night. In the second Final Four matchup, Kansas fought back from like an 18-point deficit to defeat Ohio State in a crushing defeat for the Buckeyes. So that sets the national title game as Kentucky versus Kansas in New Orleans. Tip is set for 9:23 p.m. Eastern Time. In money news, gas prices rose to almost $5 in some parts of the country, as like California and Arizona. The national average rose almost 15 cents to $3.92 a gallon. This is the highest national average. This is the highest national average for gas in almost 3 years. The Obama administration is being criticized and scrutinized for what is being called their lack of attention to the pain at the pump. Gas prices have been on the rise steadily since Christmas. And lastly, in entertainment news, the popular book series The Hunger Games released the movie over the first book last weekend and is making quite a splash in the movie industry. The movie has made over $251 million in just 2 weeks in the box office. Last time numbers like that were recorded were back when James Cameron's Titanic were in theaters, and I mean that swept the Academy Awards, is considered one of the greatest movies of all time. It's a big deal, and we'll see if the Hunger Games can keep this up, because it'd be very interesting to see if it can keep up the pace it's at. Well, that looks like it's all that we have for you this week. I'm Tyler Spanier for Journalism News Week in Review. Tune in next week to see what's going on in the world around you. Thanks.